Well, here we go. Why is there a bunch of trash in my elevator? Okay, that's weird. What's up, Moss Dog? I don't know if you can hear me or not. Should be able to. I don't know if it's too quiet or not, or too loud, or I don't know. Just playing some Star Citizen. I don't know if you can hear me, Moss. I haven't really messed with the setup too much. Okay, so no. Misk. We're gonna try the Misk Fortune. I've never used this ship. Uh-oh. It's cheap to rent though. Confirm rental. Okay. Got it. I've only used the Salvation. And the Salvation's pretty cool. It's fast. It's a small little ship. But I want to try something with a little bit more cargo space. That one's, so you see, Salvation, we don't have much time left on it. Cool, thanks Moss. I hadn't really messed up. Oh, where did it go? Oh, I don't know. Okay, we're here. Okay, I guess it's a small ship. Figured it'd be along the lines of a medium. I guess it's a small one. Alright. Okay, I've never flown this ship. So I don't even know. Okay, so we got external cargo. Cool. What is this? Oh, oh, oh. What is this? Is this cargo? Close. Oh. Okay, I guess that's a component. An engine, maybe. Okay, so no rear hatch. We just got a giant engine. Unless, what is this? Oh, oh, it does have an elevator. Okay, what is? Oh, okay, close. Okay, what is this exactly? Is this for like? No. Okay, that's for the lift. That's for that. What do we got here? Internal storage 13. Select cargo to be checked. Okay, so this is where this is our salvage materials going here. Okay. What do we got here? Gravjet, jump drive. These are components. Yeah, component. We got a little bed. Nice. Okay, so that's all. Oh, we got a toilet. Either ship, you just had to go out in space. Just. Okay, yeah, we got a little toilet, little sink, wash your face. What's this? Huh? What is this? Annual release. Oh, okay, this is the how you enter from outside. The okay. Okay, this cockpit's pretty nice. Let's wow, it's very oh yeah. Very good view. Unlike the Salvation, it real close down. What do we got up here? Okay, let's power her up. Oh wow, this is a interesting little HUD. Oh, she's got a nice voice. Misk Lady. Hello, Misk Lady. Okay, let's request hangar. Okay. Landing gear up. Okay. let's scroll our speed down, because I don't know how fast this ship goes. I've never flown it. This will be the first time. Just hope it's not the last time. Maybe we should. Okay, wow. Okay. Here we are. Alright. That's right. We were on Area 18. Let's see how fast this baby will go. Ooh, those engines sound rough. Oh, I don't like the way those sound. Oh, wow. Okay. She's a lot slower of a ship than the Salvation, I'll say that too. I'm trying to figure out where everything's at here. Okay, whoa. Okay, we got radar proximity. Okay, so we don't have any. Okay, so ready to scan, no targets. Okay, let's leave this as our communication. Okay. Yeah, that sounds horrible. Okay, we're in space now. Good. Now let's. Why does this ship sound so friggin' like it's gonna. Like it's backfiring? It sounds horrible. That does not. That's the worst sounding ship I've ever. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's that. Okay, let's look for. What do we got here? What is this? Mining base. What is this mining base? Let's see. Because we were doing. My buddy told me about over here. We were over here in Crusader. Oh man. Gotta get used to the map. Again, we were at Cruel 1. What is this? Mining base. What is this? Yeah. So that's where we wanna. Yeah, we'll go there again. We've had some luck there. Okay. So now we're going quantum. Okay, Cruel 1, ambitious dreams. Aside from it sounding really bad, like how it sounds like it's backfiring. It doesn't sound like that in quantum, so that's good. So, never used this ship. We got quantum fuel 1.7%. Okay. Now, I don't know how these are gonna work though. Boxes, because it has external storage, so when it kicks it out, I'm assuming I have to go move it and then move EVA outside the ship, I guess. No, never used the ship. I don't know if I like Misk's designs. I mean, they're very sleek, right? Like they're very round and sleek. But I like the industrial look of Argo, like the raft. It's right here, right here. There's my mining thing, I guess. No mining arm. Probably. Cargo. 6 on each side, looks like. Cool. Well, 19. Oh, started status, ready to scan. Says, I guess they all technically have 4 little spots, but this has them right up here. Okay, let's see. Radar, salvage beam. Baylor salvage head. So we only got 1 salvage head. Okay, I'll leave it at that. So we have a VTOL mode as well, I'm guessing. Looks like a VTOL mode. Okay, decoin. Now this ship is gonna probably handle a little different than the Salvation. The Salvation is so damn nimble. It's like I scare myself with how maneuverable it is. Okay. Let's see what that is. We got a Hercules Crusader Starlifter. Where's that at? Right there. Velocity unknown. Status unknown. How far out are we? How fast are we traveling? Okay. Oh, slow down, big girl. Slow down, big girl. Oh, we overshot it. Okay. Let's, okay. These are in. Maybe a little bit more power. There we go. Alright, let's see if there's anything left here to salvage. Alright. Looks like most of them might have been stripped already. Okay, is this gimbal? No, it is. Yeah, there's like nothing left on this ship. Somebody salvaged most of it already. Oh. Let's see. Anything over here? Oh, there's some right there. Oh, going to gimbal mode. Wow, this one's a lot faster than the Salvation, it feels like. So we're just salvagers in space. We're junkers. We pick up the junk. .6 SCU already. Okay, cool. Open it right here. Okay. Wow. It's already been picked clean. Oh, there's a little bit left here. Okay. This is definitely much faster than the Salvation, it seems like. It seems to be powering through this pretty quick. That's cool. All that. Now, I don't know where. Okay, I guess I gotta go back to the little station in the back to. Because on the Salvation, it's like a little thing down here. You just eject materials and it makes boxes. This one, I guess I gotta go to the little terminal in the back. I just won't mess with that once we get filled up. And then we'll have to see how to manage that cargo. If it's like we gotta take it out the back, put it on the outer one. Okay, nothing there. Just little signs here. Do like clean up. Oh, there's a little bit there. Oh, a little bit there. Okay, let's see what else we got. Looks like might be something right there, huh? Yep. This thing automatically turns on apparently when it detects. That's weird. I don't think it's supposed to do that. But Star Citizen's full of bugs, so doesn't surprise me. Buggiest game I've ever played. But you know, it's got a lot of money back in it. It's very ambitious. Very ambitious game. Yeah, throw all this up. Oh, there's a little bit there. Okay. So this isn't the most what would you say? uh Entertaining gameplay for people to watch. This is about just salvaging, taking those materials, selling them, making money. We're just space junkers. Alright. But I was getting a little tired of being a space UPS worker. That's all I was doing. I made 2.1 million just being an Amazon driver in space. So we're gonna try this because in most games I like crafting and stuff like that. So I wanted to see how these professions or like gameplay loops might in the future be viable for doing that. So this one I think is purely just gonna be like gathering materials and crafting subcomponents and stuff like that. Whereas mining, it's a little bit more in depth. You go out to these little ore rocks, mine it, go back to the station, put it into a refinery. It takes real life time for it to actually process. And I don't know if that's worth the effort for how much money you make. So cargo has been like what I've made most of my money doing, and it being like very simple to do so when missions aren't broken. But yeah, I think that's unless there's some here. Nope. What about down here in the hall? Back here. Nope. Nope. So how do we cycle to a moon? What is this? Okay. Tractor mode. Oh, okay. So do we not have? Okay, so I guess we don't. Alt W. I don't want to do that. So, oh, there's a little bit of delay up here. Okay. What do we got? Hercules, Starlight. No, that's this. So we already have that. Found. Vexelite. Let's get our engines. See what we got over here. I don't care about the Hercules Starlight. It keeps targeting that. Okay. Let's go into Quantum. What's this? What we got here? Would you scan, please? Tell me what you are. What are you? What are you? Vexelite. Let's go this way. See what's over here. Raw ice. Iron ore. Iron ore. No. I'm still learning what I'm doing here. Titanium ore, titanium ore. Those like mining ships. I don't know if there's a method to it. We got lucky on that one. We found that. Sometimes you find space debris out here and you can salvage that. Dick told me to hit T and target a ship that's near you, but I guess there's none near us. No target. Pexelite. Okay. What's over here? What's this? Unknown. What is this? Would you tell me what you are, please? What are you? Unknown. Debris. Okay, cool. Okay. Let's lower our speed. Oh, don't crash into it. Lower our speed. Okay, coast a little too. Oh, it's still a little too fast. Okay. So we'll bring up our mining. Go into gimbaled mode. There we go. And this is what we do. We've got 3.2 SCU so far. So we're just picking up all the junk in space. Or in essence, the dude that you see walking down the street, like the homeless guy with like a cart picking up aluminum cans. Y'all got some cans y'all don't want? Give them here. And so far I've sold, I think, like 11 SCU of this stuff at one time, and it made like 66,000 credits. So with like how long it takes to, I mean, I'm not an expert at this salvaging, right? But like how long it took me to find just this little wreckage in that ship, feels like I could have done a couple cargo runs and made more money in the same amount of time. This is a little bit more interactive. Like when you're just cargo running, it's like, oh, you get the box, put the box on the thing, take it to the other place, put it on the elevator, and then rinse and repeat, right? At least so far, the salvaging that I have, or not salvaging, cargo running that I have, like, unlocked. Because I can't get the big ships to go, like, interstellar yet to make it worth my while. And then also, when I tried doing, like, missions to other planets, the elevators were broken. So I got the cargo there. I was supposed to go to multiple little mining depots on a little moon, a mining moon. Uh, couldn't deliver them. So I'd wasted all that time going all the way, loading up, flying all the way out there, and trying to deliver it. So at least with this, it's like, you take it to your, at least from what I've done, Celtic helped me out last night, just trying it out. At least from what I've done, it's like kind of foolproof. You take it to your own little hangar, and you load it into your elevator, into your warehouse, which is like your personal inventory warehouse, and then you take it to a trade development place and sell it. So, a lot less can go wrong, I guess, in a sense, compared to the cargo running right now. This game is like bugged all the hell. It's cool though, like the concept, the idea behind it, the ambition that they have for it. I wish them well, and I hope it actually comes to fruition. Because I'm a huge sci-fi nerd. I love The Expanse. That was like an awesome, kind of realistic sci-fi space opera, I guess you could say. Like Adam Savage was impressed with like how they took real science concepts like physics and stuff, like traveling in space and what have you. I loved it. I read the books. I just can't bring myself to read the last like 2 or 3 chapters of the last book simply because I'm like I don't want it to end. And it was a shame that the series ended way before the books because like there was a lot more going on in the books towards the end there. Looks like we're getting a little bit of I don't know, a server lag. Getting a little bit of doing some weird stuff, but that's Star Citizen for you. Can't take it too serious because then you start getting too mad, then you don't want to play the game. But yeah, I didn't want to finish reading the last book of The Expanse. So I was like, man, there's just, I don't want it to end. Amos is like my favorite character. Love Amos. Or Amos. I say Amos. He was awesome. And he had a pretty interesting story arc. Uh, very late into the series of books. So if you loved him in the show and you read the books for The Expanse, man, you'd love me more. Um, it's just a shame that they didn't finish the series like for Amazon. But I know there was also some controversy with the guy that played Alex. Some like Me Too movement stuff. So unfortunately, uh, they had to kill off his character because he doesn't die in the book. He becomes a very old man, and he's still flying the Rocinante. And unfortunately, because of that, they had to ask him to leave the show, which was a shame because I love that character too. I mean, Texan in space. Come on now. Well, yeah, this is what we do. We melt the things down, make them into boxes, and then deliver them and sell them. So, you can do that. You can be like a little starfighter, go around and fight other players, or get like contracts, missions to go uh, defend cargo runners or data runners and stuff like that. From my understanding, you can be an explorer. You just go out and explore the planets, land on the planets. It's seamless. You can go mining on planets. You can go mining in space. I just happen to choose the jobs that are. It's like you get off of work and then you log in the game to have a second job. But I mean, there's gonna be like fleet ships. You can have there's hangars. You put mining ships into these big old ships that have hangars. You put salvage ships. So then, like I guess after a battle, because your player ships get destroyed and they become this, they become like wreckage and derelicts. So if you have like a salvager, you can once a war or battle between organizations happen, fly up and salvage the spoils. So that's interesting. Interesting that gameplay that they're gonna have. You're gonna be able to board people's ships and actually fight first-person mode on people's ships to try to take it over. It's an ambitious game. A lot of cool concepts. And it's cool to see some of this stuff like slowly, I mean very slowly making its way into the game and actually becoming reality. Because I think it's been in development, 8 years now, something like that. Has a stupid amount of money invested into it, kickstarted into it. And then you buy ships and stuff like that. I was talking to Celtic, one of our guys that I've been playing with since the early 2000s. Uh, Monty has like $3,000 invested in ships, because you can buy ships in this game with real life money. Like, granted, you can buy them in game with credits that you earn, but that's how what you do. You pledge, they give you a ship for the pledge. You in essence like buying the rights to utilize it. He's got like $3,000 of real life money tied up in ships for his fleet. And I was like, man. Now the guys had, for one of my birthdays, they wanted me to play with them. And I was like, yeah, I'll look into it, do the free fly weekend, whatever. But that wasn't good enough for them, I guess, so they came together and bought me a package, the Avenger Titan. So, like, I pretty much permanently own the Avenger Titan, I guess, in a sense. And it always been my little starter ship whenever servers wipe or reset. So it's nice to have that little ship that can hold a little cargo to start making a little money doing cargo runs. That's how I ended up getting enough money to rent the raft, and that's how I made enough, 2.1 million credits doing that alone. And it's allowed me to rent other ships to try out. Yeah, but I'm trying to do this in like little segments. It's like, okay, I got to fill for cargo. I can figure that out now. You know, you ranked up a little bit in cargo, the reputation, whatever it was, and now we're trying salvaging. Now I haven't done any missions other than like one starter mission, so we gotta see how these missions play out, gain reputation and what have you. Okay, maybe we should go underneath it. But yeah, so I want to see how that works. Build up reputation with salvaging. I'm assuming, you do the missions like with cargo, take a mission, complete it, and you get more reputation, and maybe it unlocks more components. Because I did one mission and it gave me like a blueprint for, I think, a salvaging head. So I'm assuming the higher rank you get, like, it gives you more blueprints and stuff like that. And I'm just, like I said, barely delving into salvaging, trying it out. I want to, got a good feel for cargo. We're gonna do salvaging for a bit till we get a good feel for it, and then probably do mining next. So we'll do this for a couple weekends or so, get an idea of what is like possible with salvaging, and then we'll jump over, like I said, probably mining, and then we'll get into the combat aspect of the game once we've established enough funds, and figure out like what ship we want to take out, what role we want to play. Because I'd love to just do like a drop ship type gameplay, a little drop ship pilot, because they got a cool drop ship that looks like almost inspired by aliens. So I'd be like, man, dropping people into a hot zone and flying off and then ferrying more people or picking up the wounded or whatever. Pretty cool to do. I think that'd be some intense gameplay. Dropping people off onto an ongoing little battle war zone area. that's, I'll try that later. They have ground vehicles, there's tanks and anti-aircraft tanks and stuff like that. And there's mining vehicles, I believe. So there's, there's a lot to do, but then there's also like not a lot to do, if that makes sense. It's like I guess there's very few gameplay loops or like, how would you put it, like professions? They're not really professions, but like salvaging. But then there's a whole bunch of different things to do in salvaging. Like you can find derelict ships, strip the components out of them, or you can do like I'm doing, where like we're just taking whole material to make recycled material and sell it. And then the same thing with like cargo running. You can do, I guess, like illegal goods if you want to do and stuff like that. Make a lot of money that way, or you can be part of a corporation and do their missions for them. So you like contract it out. So there's possibilities to do different things. Whatever kind of gameplay style you have. I'm not as aggressive in my gameplay anymore. Like I don't PvP as much as I used to. Like when I was a teenager. I mean, when I was playing MMOs and stuff like that, I played for 12 to 18 hours a day, and always pushed myself to defeat the strongest enemies in the game, and then try to do my best in player versus player, and always trying to get the next best item to have the upper hand. And now I'm just more casual, like relaxed gameplay. I'm not as aggressive as the players I used to be. Like I don't play many first-person shooters anymore either. I don't want to get frustrated when I'm playing a game. If that makes any sense. Like I don't want to get logged on as some kid that got his mom's credit card, sitting there talking trash to me. you know, Struggling to get any kills in the game and stuff. It's like I don't find that entertaining anymore. I like more crafting style games, more relaxing gameplay, not as competitive gameplay. But I also like to play games with my friends I've been playing with since the early 2000s, like 2002, 2004, some of them. We played Star Wars Galaxies together, Ultima Online, stuff like that. So this game kind of feels like it would be, oh, what do we do? There we go. Kind of have the ability to do that, especially, if you're going to have base building, go out and gather materials, build our own little headquarters, it'd be kind of cool. But in order to be able to do all that, I gotta get a grasp of gameplay and figure out what I want to devote my time into and what we're gonna need in our organization. Because I tend to do that whenever I play with these guys. Like, okay, what do we actually need for the group that nobody wants to do? It's like, okay, nobody wants to do this kind of crafting or mining or whatever. And it's like, well, it does suck, but I'll do it. And I try to be, why does that keep turning on? Try to be helpful to our group. And sometimes do the jobs that some of the, that are like, not as popular or not as fun to do, but needed. Because, if you're gonna have a group of friends getting online, you gotta have, the crafter, the gatherer, the combat guy. You know what I mean? Like, we all have those group members in our group of friends. And it helps to have them. And I've known these guys, like I said, some of them since the early 2000s, so going on 20 plus years. So I don't know, getting closer to 30 years for some of them from the late 90s. So I trust a lot of these guys with, like, if we're working together, they're not going to take items that I worked hard for. We try to be not civil, but like we don't mess with each other's stuff because we all know in the end we're helping each other out. I think that's going to be good to have in this game here. You're going to need your trusted friends, especially when some of this stuff is actually real money investments. Like I said, one buddy's about $3,000 worth of ships in his fleet. It's crazy. Oh, what is? Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, just, yeah, that's Star Citizen for you. Okay. Yeah, just do that. Just do what you're doing. Alright, float away, bye. Okay, we got that wreckage ready. Did we get that? We got that one. Did we get this one? Doesn't look like it. How much do we have? 9.4. So we have to see how this works. I don't know, maybe we should go to a station and try it. Because I don't know if I trust this EVA out in space trying to connect these boxes. I mean, there really is only one way to find out. Ooh, find out, right? And if worst comes to worst, well, then we just float, our body just floats in space. And we join the debris field. Did I turn you on gimbal? There we go. Wow, this is melting really quick. Okay, well, let's try this. Put this up. Oh no, I forgot we're, okay. Turn our engines off. Okay. Exit the seat here. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so this is our, okay, this is our, okay, well, that's great. Content, 9.4. Well, that's great that it spent all this money into it and you can't even space out the text correctly and give me a, well, that's, preparing to eject. So where do you eject to? Oh, did that go? Oh, okay. Open, please. Okay. So did that actually attach to the ship? Okay, let's see. Okay, so just, okay, so it automatically attaches to the ship. We don't have to EVA. That's good to know. Okay. Oh, we got Okay, it's good to know. We ain't gotta get out and actually put it out there. I figured it was going to do that, like my luck. I thought it was gonna be like, kick it out here, and then we gotta take it out and whatever. That's good. So now we can just do auto eject. We'll have how many? 8 more. So we'll have a total of 9. Okay. Refilling boxing. Okay, there it goes. You can probably hear it attached to the ship. Yep. Okay. I wish it had a deal here where it told me up here, like on the Salvation, where it's like, well, I guess technically, yeah. So that right there should drop here when it makes another one to 4.4. So that's nice that, okay, yeah, let's see. Did it update? Yep, there it goes. Okay, cool. So that's how we can kind of check that, I guess. We'll put that away. Engines on. Okay, let's go. We got 6 there, 1 there. So we should have a total of 9. Then we have 12 ability. Then we can fill up to 13. So that helps if we were actually. Kind of moving. Any ships nearby? No ships nearby. 8 people. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, looks like some more debris. Start slowing down. Oh, we're gonna overshoot. Debris. Wreckage. Slow it down a bit. Oh, so all this says wreckage now. Oh, okay. Alright. Oh, there we go. So, let's gather up some more and then see how much more we can. Oh, you can actually, yeah. Look at that. Do this from this view too. Then we can check. Okay, yeah. So we got 7 cargo. Interesting. That's cool. You can still do this from this view. Melt all this down. It's the life of the junker. This is the life. It's like playing Farm Simulator, a truck driver simulator. I guess we were technically truckers in space when we were doing cargo the other day. But hey, it pays the bills. It made us the money. This is more interactive, but it feels like the amount of money you're making is much slower than cargo hauling. Cargo hauling is just kind of mindless. You're just like, pick up the box, put the box on the thing, fly to the next place, look for boxes, and then it just felt kind of mindless. Okay, there we go. Oh, this is just like fly in space, find a thing, melt it down, make a box, deliver the box. So it's kind of the same, huh? And mining, I guess, would be kind of the same. It's like fly, find the ore, see if it's good ore, harvest the ore, take it back to a space station, melt it down into boxes, and sell the boxes. So that's like, I guess, a gameplay style for some of these. And then there's going to be data running. So it's like sensitive data from, I guess, like in the lore of the game, it's like when you travel to another system. Because I watch Astro Historian. He's got a lot of videos on the lore of Star Citizen. I guess the lore is there's like jump portals, like wormholes. You go to other systems. Now it's like impossible to transmit signals through them. So what they use couriers for data. So like big corporations will pay players to pretty much be an email service. So you get the data, you run it from that system to the system it needs to go to, and some of it's like sensitive data. So I guess pirates and other corporations are like trying to hunt you down to steal that information. Because I guess it's like corporate secrets and research stuff too, you know? That's what I'm assuming it's going to be like. So there will be a whole gameplay loop of transferring data, of being a postman, you know, being a mailman in space, in other words. They thought of everything. You could be a truck driver in space, you could be a junker in space, you can be a postman in space. They thought of everything. But yeah, since the last stream where we ripped all that Lorcanas and Pokemans, we didn't pick up any cards. Well, I take that back. I picked up 5 packs of Pitch Black the other day from Walmart. They only had 6 packs left. The wife picked up the last 1 pack, and we didn't get nothing. I got a Morpeko EX, just a regular one, and the wife didn't get nothing. So there's not a whole lot right now. You know, we got the Darkrai SIR from Pitch Black, right? And we did all that Lorcana. The wife got the Winnie the Pooh and Piglet enchanted. I got my first enchanted ever, the Scar. Had never pulled an enchanted from Lorcana till that day. The wife ended up with the Aladdin enchanted, Aladdin and Genie. And then what was it? Violet and what's his name? Not Jack, the other one. From The Incredibles, she got that enchanted. So she did good, you know, and Attack of the Vine, I think it's starting to become like Pokemon right now, where people are having a hard time finding the product. Trying to get as much as they can to open it for those enchanteds. But, you know, we did good with Pitch Black, we did good with Lorcana, so we don't really need to pick up too much more of that. If we see it, we'll pick it up. We're not going to fight for people. We're not going to drive around everywhere to try to get it. Because the next big thing, I believe, is August 18th. Magic the Gathering, The Hobbit. So that's going to be the next big thing that I jump into. I already got 3 bundles and a booster box ordered. I'm waiting to see when the local game store owner in the city over starts taking pre-orders for collector booster boxes, if he's going to be able to do it, because I would like to get one and do a full box of collector boosters. If not, I'll take what I can get. And then the other big thing that I'm surprised Magic the Gathering is doing, the Star Trek one. So Star Trek didn't feel very, it still doesn't feel very Magic the Gathering, you know, to be a Universes Beyond set, right? But the thing is, oh, I thought it was lower than, no, 99% thirsty. The thing is, they're doing like the first thing, or this is the first time that they're doing autographed cards. Not serialized, I don't believe, but I think there's going to be limited to like 150. I watched some dude on Facebook, big Magic the Gathering guy, and he's always putting out information on it. And I think I want to say he said there's like 100. There's going to be 150. So it's all like your iconic actors and actresses, like William Shatner. Uh, and I was like, man, if there's a Patrick Stewart one, I might have to buy a collector box. And they got me. And they announced that they had Patrick Stewart there at the, I guess, Comic Con or whatever recently, one of the shows, and he was signing Magic the Gathering cards. And Jean-Luc Picard gonna have his autograph. So I imagine those cards are gonna hold like a high value, not because well, I guess let me think about this. Let me think how I want to say this. So when you go to a convention, right? You have to stand in line. First, you have to pay the price, the admittance fee for the convention, right? So you have to pay. You have to factor that in, and then a lot of these actors and actresses charge you for their autograph, right? So you'd have to factor in that, like how much would you pay to go to a con where they actually showed up at? Then how much would you pay for their autograph? Because now it's on a Magic card, so now you'd have to think, okay, is it a very playable card? What is Patrick Stewart or Jean-Luc Picard really their? What card is he? Like what legendary, or like the playability? Is it going to be a good commander for the commander players and stuff like that? So you got to factor in the playability of the card, the rarity of the card, and then the price of his signature added to that card. So I think those cards are going to have some value to them as far as collectability. Because guess what? It's like if you're a Patrick Stewart fan, you're seeing him on a Star Trek card. If you're a Magic the Gathering fan, you're seeing him on a Star Trek Magic the Gathering card. So I think that's going to be pretty good. Pretty good. Like, as far as value wise, like collectability, I think they're going to hold their value. It's just weird though, because like Magic the Gathering's never done that. And it's weird to even say Magic the Gathering is going to have autographed cards in a set. It's just weird, you know. You expect to see like Tops or something like that do a, oh, they're doing a Star Trek collectible card set, and you know the chases in them are like autographed from actors within the Star Trek franchise. But to hear that coming to Magic the Gathering, that's it's weird. It's like I never thought I'd see that day. And lo and behold, I even was telling my wife, I said, if they did a Patrick Stewart card, I think that alone is gonna make people buy dumb amounts of it just to try to get that one card. And I was like, they got me. I'm gonna have to get one of these cards, like collect a booster box of it or something. They got me. Oh, it did it again. Star Citizen. Jerk. Yeah, you tell him, Cerise, you bark in anger. They ruined my game. You get him, Cerise. Okay, let's try. Okay. Don't go nowhere. Don't fly anywhere. Don't fly off like the other piece did. But yeah, so it's just weird to see, like some people joked about it. They're like, yeah, you're gonna see your Enterprise D next to Tyrannosaurus Rex from Jurassic Park, next to Teferi, next to a dragon, next to Gimli with Legolas from the Lord of the Rings stuff, next to Bilbo Baggins, and then they'll all be driving in a spaceship from uh, I can't remember, Edge of Eternities. You know, that's gonna be like if you play Commander, it's like, yeah, welcome to Commander, buddy. Oh, and then the My Little Pony, and then you'll have Pinkie Pie there too. It's like, yeah, that's why I don't play Commander. I only play Popper and Standard. Can you imagine that? You show up and you got all those people mixed in together. No magic. I thought you were getting gimmicky when you started doing some of the Universes Beyond stuff, and then you just straight up added in the Enterprise. Imagine if they have the Borg. I know they have Khan, and they're gonna have what's his face, Doctor Strange. What's his name? Cucumber Batch. You know, what I'm talking about. Play Doctor Strange. What is that noise I'm hearing? Oh, the wise vacuuming. What's his name? Cumberbatch. They put his version of Khan on the card. I don't know if he's gonna have an autographed one. They have Janeway. They got her. What's her name? Oh, I can't remember. I'm a bad Voyager fan. But yeah, they got her autographed card. So imagine if they did a cucumber batch. What's his name? They did him, Doctor Strange, and he had his autograph. But it's such a weird con because I think it's like, I want to say it's the base card is like one of the Shieldreds. If I looked at it correctly, if I'm remembering correctly, I could be wrong. But how does that feel? Like she should have been like Borg. You know, that would have made sense. Like Phyrexian's been Borg or something like that. You know. Cause isn't that kind of what they did? They're like absorbing everybody. Or am I thinking about the Eldrazi? I'm pretty sure it's the Phyrexians too. So that would have made more sense, been like the Borg and stuff like that. Oh, they put Khan. Okay. Well, who knows? We'll see how that set does. I mean, the Hobbit set's next month. We're gonna have to see how that does. I do like the treatment that they're doing with the, what is it? They look like old school books, paperback books. I haven't paid attention to what they're actually calling that treatment. I'm hoping you get more than one per box. I'm hoping that it's not like a special guest. It's only one per booster box typically, because it's like 1 in 36 packs. But, you know, play box is now only, what is it, 30 packs. So, hopefully it's better chances of getting them. Otherwise, that's gonna suck. Well, the wife's really getting it after it with the vacuum cleaner out there. And then, of course, they're gonna have the golden smog and the collector booster packs, and that's gonna be, I think, limited to 250 of them or something like that. It's gonna be like the Mind Stone and the other stone. One that went for like 33,000 or something like that. So they're gonna have a gold Smaug card. That's gonna be stupid priced, you already know. Or maybe it won't be. People would be like, it's not worth it. It's, you know, it's not very playable. It looks too gaudy. It's not made out of real gold. We don't want it. Like, I honestly thought the emeritus of, no, emeritus of ideation from Strixhaven was going to be more sought after. I mean, it was, right? But I thought because, you know, it had the Ancestral Recall on it, and then it being done by Mark Poole, and it paying homage to the original Ancestral Recall with the artwork, and then it being serialized, I figured it was, you know, going to be an even crazier chase. And maybe it is crazier than I realized, but it didn't feel like it because I still find uh oh, sorry, I just read the chat over there. It says, Doctor Strange, Jesus loves you. Hope you can free yourself of the addiction of SC. Bless you. You'll have more time for yourself to smell the flower than see the sun. I'm not as addicted to this as I was to like Ultima Online. I stayed up playing that game so much. I should have paid attention how much we have. 8.3. We have 5 open. Okay. So let's, okay. Let's try this. Let's, okay. Continue ejecting. Please clear the conveyor belt, then press the eject button. Where's the conveyor belt? Oh, that's the cooler. Okay. What? What do you mean? There's the conveyor belt. Oh, we broke it. It's broken. What's this? Oh, no, no. Hmm. Oh, okay. Ugh. Christ. Um, access point. Oh. Oh, okay. Maybe it means uh. Maybe this isn't the way. Or you know what? Oh God. I think I know what it means now. It doesn't mean that like conveyor belt like that. I think it means that side of the cargo is full. So we got to put it on the other one. That's why I think there's two different. Uh, duh. There's two different. You know, cargo. Oh, just let me in. There we go. Oof. I had I had one back in the day, and it would be like considered heavily played, or not even heavily, like straight damaged. My old Lotus, all my old Power 9 would be considered like just gone. Wouldn't be worth nothing. Except for those people that wanted to pay just to have one in their collection. Because, you know, it was back in the day, you know, we didn't use sleeves. We played raw. Put your rubber band around your deck, and then you threw it in your backpack with your juice box, and then your juice box leaked all over it, and you're like, oh no, my Black Lotus got juice on it, and you would just lick the juice off. Yeah, that's how we did it. Okay, uh-huh. Um, that's how we did it back in the day. No, they're just idiots. She's old. She likes barking at the air. Uh, she really does. She just likes to test my patience. She's like super old. Well, she's a Great Dane. So she's lived past what a Great Dane typically lives. And we have a wraparound patio. So she likes to sit by my window over here and bark at the air. And I'm like, there's not even anything to bark at. And she doesn't care. She loves to do it when I'm streaming too. It's like she's my number one fan and she knows. Okay, so we got, was that 12 maybe? Let's take a look. We got, okay, so why don't you make it one more? And of course I got one, it's American Pointer. She's half American Pointer, half Great Pyrenees, so she's almost as big as the Great Dane. And she's younger, so she's keeping my other one young. What are we doing wrong here? Oh well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's because that is blocking. Oh god dang it! You little. Oh my jeez! Oh, come on, let me out. There we go. But yeah, so when the young one starts to bark, the old one starts to in front of the door. Let's go see which one that is. Clear the box in front of the door. Outside the ship or in the ship? Because this is my first time flying this ship. My first time doing salvage. So, which door are we talking about? That's shields, that's that. We're just gonna jump out the side of the ship. If it would open. of how small the Salvation is. I was having less trouble with the Salvation than I am this one. Even though the Salvation... Oh, there we go. Oh, oh. And out into space we go. Okay. Oh. Oh. Let's see. So... something comes out of that end. Oh, come on. Oh man, we're getting a little bit of lag or something. Star Citizen's being Star Citizen. No. Oh, great. Come back. Come back. Son of a bitch. This is why I was like, maybe I shouldn't do this in space. Maybe I should wait till everything's like, oh, great. Why don't you attach there? Can you attach there? Okay, we're gonna. Thank you. Okay. No. Don't be like this. I think I gotta rotate. Stop. Stop. Okay. You don't. Oh. I hate you. I hate you so much, Star Citizen. I hate you so much, Star Citizen. Oh, yeah. You know what? We're just gonna. No, the other side's full. Oh, don't do it. Okay, there we go. Yeah, the other side's full. So, yeah. Um, I wonder. Let's try something. This is gonna. Oh, this is gonna end badly. We'll try this. Let's see here. Don't do it. Okay, there we go. Uh-huh. Okay, we're gonna try. Uh-huh. This is probably a bad idea. This will probably, the simplest idea is probably gonna end horribly. Like the ship's probably gonna blow up. Um, that or okay, no, there we go. Okay, cool. Okay. And jeez. Okay, let's try this. Yeah, I didn't think they would actually stack on here. So I envisioned like I was going to try to load this into the ship and then like the artificial gravity suck it down and then I get crushed by the box. That's what I was picturing happening. So this is being a lot more successful than I figured what was gonna happen. Like I figured that was I figured that was what's gonna happen. Okay. Okay, open. Alright, okay, let's see if that actually solve the issue. Continue ejecting. Oh, there we go. Okay, and continue eject. Yeah, I did it. Nice. So now that that's successful, I need to go use the bathroom. I've been drinking all this water. I'll be right back. Alright. I like operating out of our core. How much fuel we got? We got enough? Yeah, we got plenty. Okay. Yep, helps if I turn my engines on. Helps if I turn my engines on. Okay, you're lagging for some reason. Okay, turn off, please. Or not. Nope, nope, nope. Okay, yeah, that was a little... Seems to be a little delay in the server today. It's acting up. But, you know, it's typical Star Citizen, right? It wouldn't be the full Star Citizen experience without delayed inputs and stuff. Got the pink Power Ranger suit on, because you gotta have pink Power Ranger suits. Those are the best. So we got 5. Oh, wait, it didn't put the other one out there like it said it was going to. It lied to me. Or maybe it did. Oh, man, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I gotta figure out how that works. So there's the little door there. There's a little door there. And this thing's just a little confused by of it, you know, by itself, right? Probably really bad idea while doing this in quantum. I remember like when you'd get out of your seat when you're in quantum originally, like if you're in somebody else's ship, you would just get like thrown across the ship, just like. So that was bad. That was a bad time. Let's see what I say. Oh, okay. Well, let's see if this just flies off into space at the speed of light. No, it won't even give me that, you know, bit of fun. Okay. been funny. You know, it makes the box, tries to connect it to the thing. It's just like, uh-oh. And then some poor guy that's just like mining. It's just like gets hit by a want to see you crate. The ship is just blown to hell. And then, not knowing I was the cause of that, I show back up. It's like, ooh, there's a little mining ship to salvage. And like, hey, what's this want to see you box doing right here? It was all my fault. I feel bad for that guy. Who's massaging me? And the wife messaging me with her dreams of wanting to go to Montana. Now we just sit here and wait and just go land on Area 18. I better not make the same mistake I made last time. I'd unloaded my little Salvation, put all the little boxes on the elevator. And I was like, I'm gonna go sell this. I forgot to lower the elevator. So I had to take the train all the way back, or the tram, go all the way back to my hangar. Hope that Star Citizen didn't just eat them and destroy them and get rid of them. But no, they were still there, so I lowered the elevator and I was able to sell them. That would have been tragic. I'd be like, nah, screw this game. I'll come back in 5 years. Come back in 5 years when it's actually complete. That's not the Johnny Point. There you are. Okay. I like how it looks like it's straight through the planet, but it's not. But it is. Where'd it go? We'll see how much we make. See how much we make. What is the total I've spent on SARS? I'm sorry, I got like 2 systems up, so I monitored my chat on the other one. I haven't spent anything on Star Citizen personally. Like, if you're still watching, like my friends have, one of them's over 3 grand. But me, wait, what happened here? Why is this not? This isn't Area 18. What happened here? Where's Area 18? You lied to me. But yeah, I haven't spent anything. My buddies, since they wanted me to play this game so bad with them when like the pledges first came out, they bought me for one of my birthdays the Aegis Titan. And they were, I mean, I can't, at that point, it's like, well, shit, I gotta play with you guys then, because y'all bought me a package. So I'll do that to some of my friends, like when there's a game that they're like on the fence about, they don't really want to spend the money to buy it, to play it. I'm like, I bought you a copy and I gifted to them on Steam, and they're like, you son of a bitch. And I'm like, yeah, now you gotta play with me. But then, oh, what is this doing? I guess the servers are acting like they normally do, because we're... Yeah, you're acting weird. A Johnny Point. It's like we're not even moving. I'll say it didn't feel like we were moving. There, okay. Here we go. This is a little. Quick, throw some vodka in the gas tank. That doesn't sound healthy. And then it kind of putters out. That doesn't sound healthy at all. The raft doesn't sound like that. When it's after, with the afterburner. This ship literally sounds like. It sounds like it's gonna die. I don't like that. No. No sticky keys. Hold shift for this. Doesn't sound good at all. We're gonna need a refund on this ship. How come I'm not? Okay. I was paying attention. Yeah. Yeah, that was everything. It's just. Get the hamster wheels are getting the hamsters and the wheels are getting slapped around, I guess. That's them like running really fast on the little hamster wheel and then them like tripping and falling and just. That's what that sounds like. I was hoping this was gonna be like better than the Salvation. It seems to scrape faster, I guess, but this travels at a snail's pace compared to the Salvation, I guess. I mean, unless we're just not moving due to like server messing up. It feels like we haven't quite moved in on Area 18. I don't know. We got it all the way up. Okay, and it's just. It doesn't feel like we're moving. It doesn't sound like we're moving. It sounds like we're gonna blow up. What is this? Pilber. Okay. Feels like we fly slower in this than I do in my raft. The raft is slow. It's taking forever. Come on. This ship's so slow. Because of all the cargo. We're not air that. What? Oh no, we're gonna get shut down. Get out of here. Get out of here. Okay, maybe we need to go up higher. Fuck, goddamn shit. This goddamn ship. Okay, let's. Okay, here we go. Alright, looking good. Famous last words. Where's the freight elevator? It's right there. Whoa. So it doesn't really matter which way we position too much. There's no quick way. Oh, what an ugly landing. Oh, landing services. Yep. Yep. So let's see how much money we can make now. Oh no, that better not be work. I knew it. I thought it was open already. Well, I will be right back. I'll do something. Alright, well now we can continue the process that is Star Citizen. Salvaging. Unload this. Here's where the cargo play comes into play. Now unload the box. After you made the box, you unload the box. This feels like long-term or cargo hauling. So now we put the box into place. I guess we'll have to see how many more boxes we can make once we get this all unloaded. Yep, there's another one. Oh joy, the fun that we have with cargo. Yeah, get over there, little box. Oh, you want to be like that, huh? There you go. We might have to change servers or whatever here after this, because it feels like some of this is a little delayed on input. I mean, the cargo always feels like that when you're unloading it, but some of like the engines, turning the engines on and off, that was definitely delayed. We'll have to, no, come here. My buddy was telling me that the bigger cargo rifle tractor beam didn't seem to have much of a difference compared to the little handheld one. I call shenanigans on that. Oh, there we go. And I want to get one of those power loaders. Whatever they are, the little frame mech that you can load and unload cargo with. But I don't think I've gotten to the point where it's justifiable yet. Like, I'm still doing small cargo. Okay. Alright, now let's, didn't make any more, right? Nope, okay. Let's look here. Oh yeah, I forgot we had these two back here. I forgot about these. Put rev limiter to full. If it's not in full and you're flying, then like you're talking about like when you hold Alt and scroll wheel up. Because I've noticed like if you do, what is it, quantum, you use the quantum fuel instead, but you got to be out of atmosphere, you travel much faster. Like I said, I'm still learning all of Star Citizen. I've had a pledge for years, but it's just, I would get aggravated every single time I'd get on. It was like some sort of bug. I'd fall through an elevator and fall through a space station. My backpack would fall off me. It was just all kinds of shenanigans. So I was always like, I'd get frustrated with it fast. So it's like and then I get a lot of stuff confused with Elite Dangerous because I played Elite Dangerous for a while. So I forget some of the stuff, get them confused, you know? It really bothers me that, like, what is that? Storage with the number over it, and then 0.38. So it's like, and then this is cut off here. Like it says 0.38. Well, I mean, like, come on, man. Y'all have how much money put into this game for players? Y'all can't fix a simple thing like that. Or, you know, whatever. It's a quality of life thing. They got bigger fish to fry, more important things to deal with. But it's just a little aggravating. But that's Star Citizen in a nutshell, right? Okay, one last box over here. Yep. Okay. Then we'll go sell this, and then we will change servers, see if that clears up some of the delay or whatever's happening. Okay, that's everything. Yep. Yep. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, I didn't need to eat a whole hamburger. Well, I have to travel the horse and to get some more. So what was Celtic saying? Carry. Okay. Drink our little fruit juice here from the juice bar. Mm-hmm. Okay. And store it. He's got a magical juice thing, like his. They automatically refill, he says. And they don't work for me. I don't know. He's got some voodoo magic that he uses. Freaking instantly refills his juice bottles. I don't believe him. Who's this guy? See, I want that suit. I used to rock that one with the little scarf back in the day. And I don't know if that's the field recon. I can never figure it out. But whatever. We got the all pink. Oh yeah. That's what we rock. The all pink all the time. Mm-hmm. Oh, look at that. We made it just in time. Nice. Wish they had a pink backpack, but they don't. I want them seeming like a. There's that little kitty cat. It's like Star Citizen's version of Hello Kitty. I forget the name of it, but that'd be awesome if they made like a backpack cosmetic with that Star Citizen Hello Kitty. I'd totally rock that all the time. And even if they had an arm and had like a little cat on the shoulder, that'd be. I'd totally rock that thing. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Have a little Star Citizen Hello Kitty backpack and armor. And have little cat ears for on the little thing. I'd totally wear the hell out of that. Everybody else be trying to camouflage in the war. I'd be like, nah, bright highlighter pink. No, I did lower the stuff into the warehouse, so we're already doing better than last time. Alright, yeah. Area 18, financial district. Or commercial district, yeah. Should be right out here as soon as I come out. 'Cause I didn't like it over there. He loves, my buddy loves Orison, but you have to take like a shuttle to get to the thing and another thing, and I'm like, it's too much walking. This is like, bam, I'm here. So I prefer this. I prefer Area 18 if everything feels real compact. I don't have to ride one tram to do what I gotta do. So let's see, inventory. Okay. We got 16 SCU, 6,000 each. 97,000. Okay. Confirm. Accept. Okay. So I don't know if. So there's contracts for salvage, right? And there's. Oh, it's just for salvage. Okay. But the problem that I have is, like with cargo, like when I do the planetary stuff, right? It tells me to go to like some little small place. Oh no, it's like if I was doing the member ones. Yeah, like here. It tells you go like this, mining area 61, mining area 40, hello, 56 and all that. When I went to them, the elevators weren't working. So I had one for like 123,000. I was like, awesome, easy, 123,000 make. Fly there, land, unload it. Couldn't unload because hey there, you to yourself, sir. They were bugged, so I couldn't drop it off. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, if I did the salvage missions, right? Like this one right here, deliver 5 SCU to Green Glade Station. There, right? I have a feeling at Lagrange Point. All right, I have a feeling I'd be in the same spot as cargo. I would just end up not being able to deliver it, and it's like, I think that would be. Well, I mean, I guess that's technically a station. That one's a station, so it's not like station. It's technically not a, like in the cargo. That one of them means like your hangar, right? I guess we'd have to try that and figure it out. But let's exit the menu, confirm. Then we'll boot up into a new server because we're having issues with that. What do you call it? We seem to be having a little delayed. Let's go back to US. You got some funny names for these shards or servers. Do you want this one? Polish the spectrometer. The spectrometer. Mm-hmm. Then there's that gray market ship, the Basher. It looks larger than it is. Like in the pictures, I thought it was gonna be a larger ship, like a size of like the Cutlass or whatever, but it's like it's actually seems smaller. Okay, well that's convenient. Rented. Okay. Oh, I gotta remember to refuel. I don't think it refuels automatically. Why are you jumping up and down like that? Don't do that. What was that sound? Okay, so there's... Okay. Okay, I see now these little conveyor belts. So it's got to be able to... And then go up. Okay, I see now. Now that there's no cargo on it and I'm like right up on it, I see when it says conveyor belts blocked. Okay. Oh, what? Has it always been so far away? Problem there to pool is not in pool and you fly and then it's not a turtle. Can you make coffee? Okay. Here's our point up here somewhere. What's that? Okay, let's go. There we go. Okay. Oh, this is closer over here. Let's check this out. Oh, it's somebody. Nope. Alright. Wow. Gotta get all the goods. We're almost at. Well, we got some other stuff in. It's not all just recycled material, but we're gonna have one SCU. Up there it is. So, from what we learned last time, probably need to move some of those boxes into that little storage elevator. Clear out the conveyor belts and then stack them on the outside. Just a little fly. Well, yeah, this is what we do. Well, we haven't found a ship yet, a derelict or anything, so we'll take what we can find, I guess. I mean, we can get a ship if we pay the, what is it, 500 credits for the salvage rights for a Gladius, I think it is. But I'm curious about doing some of these missions that only require like 4 SCU of recycled material. If it's like your hangar at that point, or if it's like just a random hangar, like when you're doing cargo and you have to land like on a moon and go to a mining station. Curious to see how that actually works. Because if we can build reputation while making some of this, I mean, 4 SCU would be only what? Like, they're like 6K on SCU box. So that would only be 24. And if they're paying us 44, you're making more money that way. And you're gaining reputation. So, if they work, I guess in theory and on paper, that would be the better deal. But it definitely feels like this is a slower way to make money compared to using the raft with cargo hauling. But we haven't, gone into a derelict ship and picked up components. So we have room for components as well. So if we find a ship like that that's got components, I guess you can send them to like Junkers Depot on Area 18 maybe. And maybe they're worth, that's how you make your real money salvaging is components, selling them, and then scraping the hull too. I don't know. This is only the third time I've done like a salvage, so I could be wrong, I could be right, who knows? People that salvage all the time, they probably know. But we're getting the basics, you know, I'm trying to get the basics in every gameplay loop of this game, so that way when it finally does go live and, you know, it's the real deal, we have a basic understanding and hopefully more in-depth understanding of certain gameplay loops. I mean, a lot of these aren't like rocket science, you know. You do the thing, you burn the stuff off, you make it into a little box, you take the little box, put it in the elevator, and make your money. You know. Now, I'm sure there's certain ships when you're out salvaging that are like people are probably like, oh, don't waste your time with that one. You don't get no good components off of it, and they go after the juicy, you know, ships. Which I don't know the that yet. I don't know what ships are capable of what components. I'm sure I could look it up on a wiki and get an easy answer. Oh yeah, go look for Hercules ships. They got the class super awesome engines you can get, and they sell for like 500,000 or you know what I mean. We haven't gotten to that point yet in our experience. We're still learning, doing the basics. I gotta start somewhere, right? I mean, I started with 20K credits last weekend, and we're up to 2.1, or no, 2.2 million credits now, just from doing cargo, really. Like 98% of that is from cargo. We barely put anything into the bank with salvaging. So, yeah. I just figured cargo, doing cargo runs would give me the opportunity to understand how to use navigate the maps, using the quantum travel, and then hailing the hangars, and then practicing landing and stuff like that. I figured that was a good little starting point there. So now this is give me, you know, understanding some of these different ships' maneuverabilities, how to ping in space, how to target stuff in space, how to travel faster in space, and today learned that if we stay out of the atmosphere with quantum on, we fly much faster and get to our point. And then when we're right on top of where we need to land, then we can go out of quantum, right? So learn that today. We'll learn that, I guess, last night with Celtic. He kind of explained that to me. So, you know, learning all those little nuanced things to make life, quality of life better in this game. And you learn from your failures, and then you learn from to use those to be successful, and then you learn how to be more successful. So that's what we're doing right now. We're learning all this and just trying to get better at the game itself. It's not about being the best or being number one in PvP or the top miner. It's just figuring out where it becomes enjoyable so that way when the game goes live, we can help out. I guess they call guilds or clans in this, they're organizations, I guess. So that we can help our organization be successful. So, we'll do all the things to figure that out. Just little by little, figure it out. Okay, so we got that one, we got that one. There was another one. Where'd it go? Hmm. Where'd it go? This one, there was another one. Hmm. Thought there was 3. I must be blind. Or I'm seeing things. Nope, nope, there it is. Position ourselves here a little better. Gimbaled mode is always our friend. Or so it would seem right now, like, seems like it's our friend. I just melt that off so much faster than the salvation, it feels like. Reposition, okay. Well, this is also helping me understand, like, the different modes. So, like, we're using gimbaled mode, which some weapons on fighters are gimbaled, meaning, you know, you're flying one way, and you get like a little bit of control of they're not fixed, you know, so like you can actually still shoot kind of away from where your targets are at and stuff. So understanding some of these different modes is going to help later on. Okay, why isn't gimbal mode working there? I don't know. Guess there it is. Was just overshooting. So this is helping learn about all the different flight modes and stuff like that. Okay. Okay. Nav QT. Nope, I don't want to jump over there. Oh, no ships around here, it seems like. Okay, what's all this unknown stuff? What are you? Copper ore? What are you? Debris. Only one piece of debris out here? Oh no, that's a few. Looks like. Oh. Wreckage. Oh. Well. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, see, I'll do that. What's around us? Is that the only piece? Hmm. Okay. Quit floating away from me. Stop it. Stop it. I won't mind it all before it floats away too far. I don't get much from this. Doesn't seem like it. Oh, that was it. Hmm. We'll take some wreckage. I don't know if there's a difference between debris and wreckage, like if it gives different materials or not. I haven't paid much attention. I believe there's two different types of materials you can scrape from stuff. But I haven't paid any mind. As you know, this is all gonna get wiped again eventually. Maybe maybe it gets wiped before the next big patch, or with the next big patch. I don't know, but all this has to be taken with like the idea that no matter how many credits we make, whatever, it'll all probably get lost, right? I gotta keep that in mind. And I've played other games like that. Like I played, back in the day, playing Diablo 2. I played in hardcore mode. So if you died, that was it. Your character was deleted, so you'd lose everything. And I only ever had one character officially die. And it wasn't my fault. Well, when I was real young, my girlfriend come over to the house and she gets on my little necromancer and starts playing, and she's like, I walked out of the room with my character up, so she starts playing on it. I come back inside, and she's like, how do you resurrect? And I was like, what do you mean, how do you resurrect? She's like, I died. And I was like, My necromancer. So I lost everything on him. You lose all your items, there's no chance to loot it, whatever. So I was used to that. And then, recently, we played Daisy a lot when it first came out, and even the standalone. So if you got attached to your gear and then you died, you're having a bad time. So I'm used to, losing stuff and not trying not to get attached to it. And he's like, oh, you spent all that time, all that effort. It's like, well, it happens. So I have to have that mindset with this. Like, you could be doing all this little salvaging, and at the end of the day, they wipe the servers or next patch or whatever. All that time and effort and hard work was for nothing. Except the experience, like learning, figuring things out. Okay, like this could be like the worst way to salvage. Like this could be like the slowest, most inefficient form of salvaging. And then maybe as we're playing it, figure out what is the more efficient route. It's like, well, that time was wasted, but it was a learning experience. So that's what we gotta do. Just gotta learn from it all. Figure it out, and we'll get there. Because I don't get as much time to game during the week. Because I work Monday through Friday, and my schedule is all over the place sometimes. Sometimes 8-hour day, sometimes it's a 19-hour day. Just never know until I'm there. And then, the last thing I want to do after, heck, even after 12-hour days, come home and game. I just want to shower, eat, go to bed, and see what the next day brings, because we're getting those kinds of days. The whole week's going to be like that. So like earlier, I got a message. Gotta come in early. So that kind of gives me an idea of what the week's probably going to be like. It's going to be one of those weeks, many hours. So, probably finish this up and then call it a night, because gotta get up extra early. Go to work. Start the week off. That's what kind of sucks too. It's like, it's the end of my weekend. I haven't even started the week and I'm already being told gotta come in early to assist. And it's like, I haven't even finished my days off. So I don't get to game as much as I would like to. Really only do it on the weekends, and then sometimes like today I had to go in for overtime, so I couldn't play all day or all night last night. I had to get up super early to go in and do that, and I didn't get the game all day because I was most of the morning doing that. And then you gotta fit the family life in with everything too, so can't just game all day. So learning these things to make our limited game time more efficient is key. Because there's some people, they make a whole career out of playing a game. That's all they do. They just game and game and game, and it becomes like their second job. I don't have the time for that anymore. So whenever I do hop on a game, it's like I want to feel like I accomplished something in that small amount of time. So I couldn't play a game like Eve online, I guess. That's like, you gotta be there all the time, like Rust and games like that too. If your base gets invaded or you gotta be there to protect it, what have you. So I can't devote as much time to that. I can't even devote time to like regular streaming schedule. Cause it'd be cool, like if I say, oh yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I stream at 3 o'clock in the afternoon till 7 or something, right? I can't even do that because I'm not guaranteed a 8 hour shift every day. Like last week, I did a what was it, 18 and a half hour shift one day, and those come out of nowhere. It's just gotta go with it. Can't say no. Just gotta go with it. I don't even know you get the overtime money. It's like, okay, well that's great. It's like, well, I would rather have had an 8 hour day and just been able to have a more consistent schedule and plan my life outside of work around a consistent schedule. Because then I could do something like I could be like, okay, we'll live stream Star Citizen, Wednesdays and Friday nights, and on the weekend. But I can't do that. Can't have a consistent schedule because my work schedule is so inconsistent. And that's why I typically would try to do a pack opening stream on Fridays. Because at least I know, like, Saturday I would be off, or if I had to go in for overtime Saturday, it'd be in the morning. And I'd at least have Sunday off, but there's just not a whole lot to open right now. That's why we didn't do a stream this Friday, and we didn't do one a couple of Fridays ago, because it's just like, people are getting crazy with Lorcana. That would be my fallback. I was like, well, Lorcana, nobody's really buying it. It's just sitting there. I could open up some Lorcana, maybe finally get it enchanted. Which I finally got one. The wife has so many enchanted. It's not even funny. But, I got the restocks have been light locally in town. And there's just not a whole lot that I want to travel an hour each way to go pick up that I'm like, oh, I have to open this. I gotta have it. It hasn't been anything like that. And card shows, I was talking to one of the guys that vends it, the card shows city over, and he went to a new venue that he hadn't vended it, or, you know, was a vendor at before, and he was like, this city is so much different than the other one. He's like, nobody was buying, everybody was just selling. Like, not vendors, I'm talking about like, collectors or whatever. He's like, nobody was buying stuff, they were all trying to just sell as if they were like, trying to get out of the hobby. He's like, at least, you know, some of the other cities I go to, he's like, people are trading uh, instead of like just trying to sell and get money. They're like, oh, you have a card that I want. Will you take this and trade at like 80% against that or whatever? And he prefers those shows. And personally, I prefer those kinds of shows where people have that mindset where they're actually collecting. They're not in it just for the money. They're like, there's a card I want. I know the market's on this. This is what I have that I can trade towards it. Can you make a deal? And when vendors are like, yeah, definitely, that's when it's a good show to go to. But when everybody's just selling and everybody's sitting on sealed product and trying to sell sealed product at the market, the show just feels ugly. Like when you walk by and you see an ETB that's going for like $200, you're like, these are supposed to be like 35, 40, maybe 55 at most. And it feels ugly. So I haven't been going to shows because they feel ugly. And then you try to trade somebody or use something towards it and they're trying to give you a lower percentage and it's like, buddy, I know you're going to sell that card for market. So I know how much money you're going to make and it'll probably sell this show. Give me a better deal on a trade. And it's an ugly feeling. You don't see as many people trading as much either. Like before, it was like if it was a Pokemon that you really didn't care for, you didn't even look at the value. You're like, oh, I just don't really care for it, because there wasn't too much value in like illustration rares until the current boom started. It was like, yeah, I'd rather have this Pokemon than this one. So then you trade with somebody like, oh yeah, that's my favorite one. Yeah, I'll trade it. And now it's just like, oh no, that one's only worth like 15 bucks. Nah, this one's worth like 90. You're gonna have to give me all the stuff worth 90. It's like, bro, you don't even care about that Pokemon. You just getting rid of it because it's worth 90 bucks. So the passion just doesn't feel right anymore. So that's why I'm not been going to shows. Can't get this last bit. Okay, I'll reposition. Oh, what are you doing? Come back here. There you go. Zest Kerrigan, huh? It's a character, player named that. So, I invested a little bit more money into my computer a few weekends ago. You know, ended up getting 16 more gigs of DDR5 RAM at 6,000 megahertz, so that this game could run a little smoother. So we're sitting at 32 gigs of DDR5 RAM, just to make the game a little bit more enjoyable. Because I'm like, if I ended up using that towards like Magic or Pokemon or whatever, it's like, would I really be enjoying myself there? And I was like, I really don't know. At least this will give me hours of entertainment, and then other games I could play would, you know, make those games a little bit more enjoyable as well. The quality of life behind them. So that's why I just haven't been, you know, we do everything, Riftbound and Lorcana, Magic, Pokemon. I was looking forward to the PAL World stuff. And you know, I was looking into Wonders of the First. They'd given me a free pack, and I'd open it and I wanted to see what it was like, but nobody locally in the area vends it. I haven't seen any advertisements locally for any of the actual gameplay, like tournaments or anything. So I don't know. They got a lot of big name actors, you know, that are in the cards and stuff like that. Like, what's his face? Draco Malfoy, Ben Affleck. I think Matt Damon's joining it. So they all have Chuck Liddell's in it. You know, they all got characters within that game. And I honestly thought maybe it would, you know, it was going to pick up a little bit, but I haven't seen any local game stores carrying it. I don't know, you know, why that is. If it could be because, you know, they just don't vend like that, like distribute like that or whatever. But I like to look into all kinds of card games coming out and open it and show it off and talk about it, you know, on the channel. But everybody, of course, right now, Pokemon, Pokemon, Pokemon. Lorcana's gonna start to have some issues with the Wilds Unknown. That stuff is just as bad as Pokemon right now. I know a local game store that has a healthy player base and normally does a pretty good size um, release day event, tournament, stuff like that. They got like, and they're a relatively large game store. They got their allocation cut in half. So they're like, we're not even selling booster boxes. We're limiting everybody to 5 packs of Wilds Unknown. And it was like, wow. And they didn't get too many troves, so they were holding those as like prizes for their event, for their pre-release tournament, which is good. You know, the players are getting The product, sucks as a collector because it's like you want to open it to collect, but the players should come first. So good on them for doing that. But that's the way Lorcana's becoming right now. It's like One Piece. I tried a little bit of One Piece, but I just wasn't feeling it. I'm not a huge fan of One Piece. And then some of their cards were just going dumb, like in price and people hoarding it. And there was a time where One Piece wasn't worth that much. Like I'd pulled one of those manga alternate art rares, overnumbered, whatever, Miss Sunday all day. And at the time it was worth like $38, and now it's worth it's like over 100, something like that. And I was just like, y'all did that to yourselves as a community, just like Pokemon did it to itself as a community, where some people were justified buying from scalpers and whatever. It's like, well, I can't be out there on release day because I work a 9 to 5 job. So like me, I can't be there on a drop day like at Sam's or Costco or even the local game stores. Like I can look at it on Facebook and be like, oh yeah, that's cool. People lined up all the way around the block for that. But I still don't buy from them, you know. But people, that's how they just was. Well, I can't be there, so I guess I'll pay twice the price or triple the price to be able to get it. And at the end of the day, it's supposed to be for kids too. So I can understand some of the parents that are like, I want to pay the price because I want my kids to be able to open it because it's their birthday. I want them to have a special day, Birthdays when you have a kid in your life, it's a it's a special day, and you try to make them happy. And you try to make it as a parent. You should try to make it better than what you had, you know. And you kind of live vicariously through them. It's like, in a sense, because you always want to have better for them. So I can understand that from the parent aspect. Like, let your kid enjoy it, you know. What is those scumbag scalpers that make it bad for everybody? I don't keep sealed product. I open everything. Even if somebody would gift me like an alpha starter deck for Magic the Gathering, I'd be like, "You're sure you're giving it to me? It's mine." And they were like, "Yep." Like I ripped the plastic right off of it right in front of them. And if they were like, "No, you were supposed to keep that sealed," and it's like, "Well, you shouldn't have given it to me." I want to relive my nostalgic days of when I was playing Magic the Gathering in alpha. I'm not gonna sit there and keep it sealed. Same thing if somebody gave me a first edition Pokemon, Jungle Edition Pokemon box, I'd be like, well, we're opening this right now. And they could have a heart attack right in front of me, and I'd be like, well, I'll let you know if I got any pulls. But we're gonna put this stuff into our store, make the boxes, put it in our storage, and call it a night. Like I said, unfortunately, I have to be up before the sun even comes up. So I can go to work tomorrow and do that. Oh, we're actually kind of close to where the landing pads are, I believe. Should be on this side where all these red lights are, I believe. We came in at a better location this time around, it would seem. What's it like to fly through the cloud? We get, oh yeah, we get rain droplets. Yeah, that's a nice little detail there. Where's our communications at? Yep. Huh. Is this on the other side? Don't like coming from that side, don't I think. Oh, it is on this other side. Oh, well, there we go. Another, not perfect, but another successful landing. Thank you. Okay. We actually see it through here. Whoa. That was a spicy box. There it is. That'll, yep, that should be, 10 boxes. Well, we didn't get the full 13, but I have to call it a night. So whoever joined me today and chatted, I appreciate it. We're just learning the ins and outs of some of the systems of this game. Some of it's not going to be the most entertaining or sparkly, action-packed kind of stuff, because a lot of this game is not as action-packed as may seem, but then you get those cool moments that can be. So if you're enjoying watching this, enjoying watching me sit here and get trolled by bugs in this game, and we'll try to stream it a little bit more. Anyways, guys, thanks for joining me this evening. I hope y'all have a good one. Now we gotta figure out there.